90.
Wow. Clap for yourself because even 90 is good enough.
I know. Good morning. Welcome to the mid-morning to connect the 22nd day of December 2025. Merry Christmas. Christmas is this week. So people have gone to the village. Ndabye kubas, echiri kubas. People are fighting to enter buses. And I don't know why. Why can't you just... Anyway, they want to spend these festive seasons
with their
families and bichi. Naye bwebagenda okuviirayo nga sente already baazirya
and you know, so of course as the season heads to Christmas, days draw closer to Christmas, the transport increases, obviously. And then of course there are threats of security. Then of course there is the risk of drivers. Accidents. 5 routes a day, so these guys are going to overspeed, drive recklessly, and you know your life is at risk. However, some people don't have the choice to say kangende maybe 2 weeks prior to December or Christmas. Because maybe they are working, they are salary earners. The more you stay there, people will want soda, bulijo, meat every day, chicken, because they know you've come.
My beautiful name is Flora Show, and I'm here with Pamela to tell us what is happening in the country with Agagwirawo. So, Pam, I don't know if you have this story. Na empise kulukuli road. Gaba road. Banange ndaba maji.
Deployment. Oh my goodness.
From yesterday, ngampuliranga abantu baga banange. Ekigenda okubeera kuli road. Much in the eastern, much in the west. Bobby Wine is going to be here.
So the security deployment is really high. There's a little bit of traffic. Me, by the time I passed there was jam. And then, of course, the security guys were deployed. Some of them, you see them sitting idly, but they're waiting for the arrival of Bobby Wine, and then probably do whatever they're supposed to do if he's maybe violating some of the guidelines here and there. Now, we expect him there. Right now, as we speak, he's in Chipuli with Nachibenge. His host, Kasim Nachibenge. And that is an indoor meeting. And then after, he's expected to hold a short press briefing about what has transpired in the meeting. And then after that, he's going to move on his way here to Makinde. He's going to be in Makinde. He's here on Gaba Road, and then of course Makinde West as well. That's where he's going to be taking his campaign.
Abantu bali ku border baina flags. Not Nup flags. This time round baina Uganda flag.
They always hold the Uganda flag.
They can't hold that flag because
they're Ugandans. Even Bob Wine, I think during his campaigns has spoken about it, that I use the flags of Uganda because I'm patriotic and I'm Ugandan. So which other flag do you expect me to use?
I know.
But as we speak about Bobby Wine having his campaign schedule there, the police and the Electoral Commission are warning him again on election violations. Violating some sections of the Presidential Elections Act, which they say can be criminal and taken to court. Yes, and he could face up to 69 offenses. But there are some he has already violated. The EC has not committed either. They have not said that we are taking him to court. However, they are warning him. This is after a letter was sent again to the Electoral Commission by the Uganda police. They officially wrote to the EC and telling the EC that out of the candidates that you have given us to, that we are working with, Bobby Wine is one of the candidates who is violating the election guidelines. And some of the things that they list that he's violating, according to now the EC chairperson Jesse Kama, is saying that statements, defamatory or insulting statements, like incitement of hatred, those are some of things. Holding campaign rallies beyond the stipulated time, that he has done it on several occasions. I think they have a number of cases on him for that. Use of language that is inciting public disorder, disturbing lawful orders, disobeying lawful orders, and then also unlawful assemblies, processions, traffic violations. So these are some of the offenses that the EC has identified with Robert Chagulanya. They say some of these are already stipulated in the Presidential Elections Act, like sections 24B, 22.2, and then 24.3A of the Presidential Elections Act. So they say if he doesn't stop, So EC has also written a fresh letter to all the presidential candidates, warning again those candidates who are telling their supporters to stick around polling stations. Last week, I think 18th December is when the letter was released to candidates again and their agents, that reminding them, please, on your campaign trails, don't preach the message of sticking around polling stations. And we've seen Byabakama before saying, well, 20 meters is legal, but he's also saying that if you choose to stand 20 meters away from polling stations, the police can still arrest you under the POMA Act.
Why?
Public disorder. That's what he's saying.
You told me to stand 20 meters away from the polling station.
If you stand 20 meters away and you turn into a sort of illegal assembly, and then you can be arrested for that. But that's what he said. He said, much as it is lawful, if you camp around there and you're very many in a group, then the police is going to ask, what are you doing here? And how do we manage this situation? But he was saying, for candidates, you are allowed to move. So if you are maybe a presidential candidate in Wakiso, or maybe here you're resident in Kampala, you can move across all the polling stations as much as you like and monitor and see if
the process is going well.
Besides you having your agents at the polling stations.
Okay, let's hope the Bobby Wine's team received the letter bulungi.
The caution again.
Yes, the caution again, but keeping a law and order, because most of the times in the Nabadendo was maybe it's the police trying to sabotage all his plans, okubera nga agenda ku campaign rallies and bichi. But there's also a video I saw when the police was trying to talk to him. Bamugamba, this and this is what happened. But in Zenga 100% I'm thinking police is bad because they were sabotaging. But since I saw the video, it gives me second thought. Nengambo, why? Maybe he's not the one listening to the police, or maybe there is a way police is talking to this guy ngabalinga bamulaga taina chali and stuff like that. That's why he reacts the way he reacts. But since the letters have come out, buli omu agondere amateeka, and we have a peaceful election.
So President Yoweri Museveni is going to be in Masaka and Masaka City and Bukoma and Simbi. Those are the places that he was going to be. The last time he campaigned yesterday, he was on a break. He was in the last time he campaigned was in Kalangala, and that's where he spoke about several things. Of course, in following the government plans for wealth creation, some of the programs in place, and the 4-acre model initiative that he says will help people move away from poverty to wealth in their households and all of that. Now, today we have not Robert Chagulanyi, but Kiza Besigye is supposed to appear in court with his lawyers. The last time they appeared in court was on the 4th of December, and the case was extended. The ruling of their application their application for the court was extended to today. This particular application is for the court, the Justice Baguma Emmanuel, to hold proceedings of the court, as in let him not proceed further with anything. If it is trial, let him not proceed with it. If it is anything to do with the Besigye's case, until an application they filed before the Constitutional Court is ruled upon. Their application at the Constitutional Court is for this Justice Emmanuel Baguma to remove himself from the case. And also they want their case transferred to another court, International Crimes Division's court. They're saying that because their case has international factor in it, it should be tried in the International Crimes Division's court. Now, the Justice Emmanuel Baguma is the one now to rule on it. It's whether he'll accept that, let me wait. Constitutional Court is okay, let a ruling, interpret the law and whatever, or me, I'm going to continue with the trial. Yes. So that is what we are waiting for. And also, of course, they want Besigye to get bail, but the lawyers of Besigye say that we are waiting for the ruling, and once the ruling is done is when we shall think of applying for a bail for their person. Nze nombadde manyi baddayo mu court tomorrow. Manya today. Yes,
just
later today.
To apply for bail. Naye baba bakyalinda ate babaddemu the other letter of removing oyo Baguma from this case. How tugenda kulinda bannange? When will the court reply?
When will the court that's a question. When will because the Constitutional Court has not yet had even set a hearing date for their application for this justice to remove
festive
himself.
season.
Yes, so I don't know. So, but then if the judge agrees to remove himself, I mean not to remove but to hold proceedings, then maybe he can also agree to grant bail, because these are two different things. Ayinza okugamba nti, okay fine, I will wait for the Constitutional Court ruling. Then he can refuse to give them bail. Yeah. Meanwhile, on that issue of Besigye, the Deputy Speaker of Parliament was representing President Museveni on somewhere in Western Uganda, Kunjiri to be particular, and he actually blamed Besigye's lawyers and legal team for deliberately delaying and frustrating court proceedings. And he's saying that these people all consistently come up with defense applications, yet the state has concluded its evidence and they want trial to kick off. But they're saying, Museveni is saying that Besigye's lawyers have filed over 10 defense applications, and these defense applications delay the case from proceeding, trial from proceeding, and therefore he's saying you're delaying your own person from getting trial, an expeditious trial, a speedy trial, and then we see what happens after. And he says that for me, I have no power to intervene in Besigye's case as the president. I will leave it to the independent courts. He says to the independent courts of law.
Okay.
So him as the president, he does not have any mandate to come in to this matter.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and also today in court, we expect the Mufumbiros to appear at the Kanyanya court. Mufumbiro, Eddie Mutwe, and group, the 10 people who held an illegal assembly allegedly at the Bobby Wine, at Makere Kavule, Bobby Wine's birthday. They are supposed to appear in court for their bail application. So today the court is also going to rule on their bail.
Koti eri busy na
busy lero.
Anti bali batugamba nti by this week koti ebegenzo baba bagenzo already mu holiday.
And in kati bali busy. I think they will still they'll break off this week. Matthias Walukaga also, his ruling came out yesterday and oh my God. So the court upheld the Electoral Commission's decision to
court ya supporting ekiwandiiko oba ekiragiro kya Electoral Commission nga eraga nti Walukaga tateekeddwa kubeera nga yeesimbawo. Bannange batukoze bubi nnyo. Anyway, shall try again next time. But when is next time?
Next time is next is 2031.
China interest.
Yeah, he will still have interest, and by then I think he will have now the requisite qualifications. Kubanga, he will have finished, he will have his degree to present, not just a paper, and a test paper that he presented. Because again, Flora, people were swinging this both ways. People were waiting for the court's decision, and some people were saying, if the court rules in favor of Walukaga, even me, I will do the same. I will go senior phone to senior phone and mature entry, katesta konga twale university, and then that's how we'll do it.
Kati akolechi in this time, Pamela.
It's tough for him. I don't know whether they will appeal, but even if they appeal, there's no time within which the courts can again set a hearing date and then give him such a speedy trials. I mean hearing. So
adewa kobe nyimba.
Simanye, but I think that's the only thing to do, Flora. Yeah. What do you think you should do?
Because you should go to studio and record
songs.
In this period. Agenda mu studio ayimba. Yes.
Hello guys.
The Mid-Morning to Corner with Flora Shaw. 100.2 Galaxy FM.
Zina. 100.2 Galaxy FM. 100.2 Galaxy FM. Zina.